All right, lads and lasses, today I'm going to show you how to change your gearbox like a pro. Whether you're a seasoned DIYer or a complete newbie, this guide will walk you through every step of the process. Trust me, by the end of this, you'll feel like a true mechanic. Now don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. With a bit of patience and the right tools, you'll be able to tackle this job with confidence. Grab your tools, put on your brave face, and let's get cracking. Make sure you have everything you need within arm's reach, including a good set of gloves to protect your hands. First things first, you need to get your car up in the air. This will give you the space you need to work comfortably underneath. Use a jack and some sturdy stands. Safety first, people. Double check that the car is securely lifted before you crawl under it. Once you've got that sorted, disconnect the battery. This is crucial to avoid any electrical mishaps while you're working. We don't want any shocking surprises. Now locate the gearbox. It's usually situated right under the engine, so get familiar with its position. It's that big lump of metal attached to your engine. You'll recognize it by its distinctive shape and size. You'll need to remove the drive shafts, which are like the legs of your car. They play a crucial role in transferring power from the gearbox to the wheels. They connect the gearbox to the wheels. Without them, your car wouldn't be able to move. Give them a good tap with a hammer if they're being stubborn. Sometimes a little bit of force is necessary to get things moving. Next, it's time to drain the gearbox oil. This step is essential to prevent any mess when you remove the gearbox. Grab yourself a container and put it under the drain plug. Make sure it's large enough to hold all the oil. Pop the plug out and let the oil flow. Be patient and let it drain completely. It's going to be messy, so have some rags. You'll need them to clean up any spills and to wipe your hands. With the oil out, it's time to remove the gearbox itself. This is where the real challenge begins. This is where things get a bit tricky. You'll need to stay focused and take your time. There are bolts, nuts, and possibly your sanity holding it in place. Keep track of each one as you remove them. Keep track of where everything goes. Organization is key to making sure you can put everything back together correctly. I like to use a cardboard box with labeled holes to stick the bolts in. This way, you won't lose any and you'll know exactly where they go. Once you've removed all the bolts, it's time to wrestle the gearbox out. This part can be physically demanding, so be prepared. It might feel like it's glued in there, but it will come out with a bit of persuasion. Use your tools to gently pry it loose. A gentle wiggle and some choice words usually do the trick. Don't be afraid to take a break if you need to. Now, before you slap the new gearbox in, compare it to the old one. Make sure all the connections and mounting points match up. Make sure it's the right match. Double checking now can save you a lot of hassle later. You don't want to go through all this effort just to find out it doesn't fit. Trust me, it's worth taking the extra time to verify. To install the new gearbox, just reverse the process. Take your time and make sure everything is aligned properly. Line it up and carefully slide it into place. It should fit snugly if everything is aligned correctly. Reattach all the bolts, the drive shafts, and refill it with fresh gearbox oil. Make sure everything is tightened to the correct specifications. Don't forget to reconnect the battery. This is the final step before you can test your work. Once everything is back in place, lower your car and take it for a spin. This is the moment of truth. You should notice smoother shifting and a happier car. If everything feels right, you've done a great job. So there you have it, folks. You've successfully changed your gearbox and saved yourself a hefty mechanic's bill. Changing a gearbox isn't rocket science, just a bit of patience and elbow grease. It's a rewarding experience that gives you a deeper understanding of your vehicle. If I can do it, so can you. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Until next time, keep those spanners spinning and stay safe out there. Cheers! And don't forget to share your success stories with us. Happy wrenching!